Good evening, Commonwealth. Thank you for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Jeanette Roche.
And I'm Liz Wall. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
Economic times are tough, and the news out of the governor's office proves it's not getting any easier.
And the Department of Homeland Security finally makes some moves in issuing those regulations for foreign workers.
And an update on Pikachu's search for the missing sisters.
And in sports, Sakuti slides safely into the Chamberlainian Softball League Championship.
Stay with us. We'll have these stories and more coming up next. The flame trees are better than ever this year, so get your camera ready to get the perfect shot. It's our 5th annual Flame Tree Photo Contest brought to you by the local Channel 2 and Visitors Channel 3. Email your photos to flametreetv@gmail.com or drop them off or print them at the I Love Saipan store in Garapan. See if you have the right stuff to capture the beauty of our flame trees. Photos will be judged on creativity, originality, and overall impact. Prizes include sunset cruises on Jade Lady 3, off-road adventures at Mariana's Trekking, and eco-camp at Mariana's Resort and Spa. Enter as often as you'd like, but please get them to us by June 30th. Winners will be announced during the Liberation Day Parade. Picture it.
We at UPS pride ourselves in our ability to track our packages worldwide. We are able to provide visibility for our customers for all of our packages in a global basis. MaxTrack GPS system provides us real-time information as far as the location of our vehicles. It's very accurate. It pinpoints exactly on a map where the vehicles are. That provides us with a greater efficiency in our delivery operations.
So if you have information on a crime but are afraid because it's a friend or relative, look, you're already affected and you're not even a victim of a crime yet. So put an end to this feeling and prevent yourself or others from being their next victim. Call Crime Stoppers. All calls are kept anonymous, caller ID is never used, and it pays to call.
Hafide, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, June 17th, 2011. Times have been tough, but it's tougher now more than ever. According to the governor's administration, they're urging government employees to save up and prepare for the worst.
At this point, the best advice we can give to our government employees is to continue to be vigilant in the way they spend their money and to prepare for the worst. We always ask the government employees set aside emergency funds in the event that payroll is delayed even further than what they're used to.
Today is government payday, which is routinely delayed for most government workers. But at least the government has managed to pay emergency workers on time. But the governor's press secretary, Angel Demapon, says they were barely able to meet payroll today, even for critical workers, such as police officers and hospital staff. Government workers are told to brace themselves for the month of July. The government anticipates more challenges with meeting payroll in the month, with 3 instead of the usual 2 scheduled paydays.
And one of our concerns looking ahead is in the month of July in particular, where we're going to deal with 3 government pay periods. And so that's obviously going to be a big challenge to us, because it's still 1 month of collections versus 3 pay periods. So if we're having issues at this time with 2 pay periods in a month, we're looking at experiencing greater challenges in July.
And the reason for the cash shortage: more money going out than coming in. The government struggles to keep up with their expenses as cash flow continues to decline.
And while government workers face even more delayed paydays, we're told one of the reasons is a large amount of scholarship checks being paid out. This should be good news for off-island students and their parents who have been struggling through the semester to get by financially. Out of the more than 800 scholarship recipients, only about a half of them have been paid out. According to the governor's office, several of the checks are due to be released early next week. Press Secretary Angel Demapon says the Department of Finance plans to contact the scholarship office and SHEFA to pick up the checks as early as Monday. However, Demapon wasn't able to confirm if all checks will be released.
Well, it's about time. The Department of Homeland Security has finally drafted regulations for CNMI transitional workers. DHS has sent the proposal to the White House Office of Management and Budget for review.
It's finally out of the department, and that's a positive step.
Congressman Greg Khalili-Sablan and the governor's administration has been urging the Department of Homeland Security to issue the regulations since 2009. After months of delays and missing deadlines, a sign that the critical rules are progressing. The regulations are now in the hands of the White House.
And OMB has 90 days to review the rule, and although they can take less time than that. And if they don't make any changes, then DHS is clear to send the rules and publish it in the Federal Register.
Although Homeland Security has drafted the rules, the public can't see them until they're final. But now Sablan says at least we know DHS is taking action. At a meeting in Washington a few weeks ago, Sablan slammed the Secretary of Homeland Security for failing to release the regulations.
I took the microphone and face-to-face with the Secretary, told her that this is unacceptable. That what the department, the delay in these things are certainly unacceptable. And is this the result of it? I don't know. And but I'm just happy that we're now seeing a little bit of movement.
Homeland Security is a key agency in implementing the Consolidated Natural Resources Act of 2008. The law puts the CNMI's borders under federal control. The long-awaited regulations will give foreign workers a visa during the 5-year transition period, which would allow them to continue living and working in the CNMI until 2014. Without them, thousands of foreign workers would be deportable when umbrella permits expire in November. The lack of rules has left employers and foreign workers uncertain about their future.
Hopeful that they would put some things in there that addresses some of the issues that has been brought here by employers, by businesses, and by workers themselves.
The heat and humidity of Saipan appears to be hampering the efforts of a canine unit brought here from Hawaii. Search and recovery dog Pahaku began his work yesterday assisting in the hunt for missing sisters Paloma and Milena Kittigwa Luke, but it became clear to his handlers early on that Pahaku was getting overheated, and by noon today they gave Pahaku the rest of the day off. The humidity here in Saipan is more intense than anything in Hawaii, according to FBI Special Agent Tom Simon, who adds the Bureau regards the canine as a valuable asset and does not wish to do anything to hamper his well-being. Pahaku will be back on the trail tomorrow. All agents, however, remain active on the case and have interviewed and photographed several men with facial birthmarks, none of whom they believe is the individual they're seeking, who was allegedly seen near the Santa Lourdes Shrine the evening of May 6th. According to Simon, the photographs will be shown to the Azteo resident who originally tipped off authorities. FBI will work through the weekend running down all leads, which incidentally have been drying up, according to Simon. The public is encouraged to continue calling in tips. The FBI Command Center number is 322-6934. And for the family of the missing children, life is on standby. We're told every minute feels like an entire day. While some family members have turned in resignations to their employers, others have allowed their businesses to shut down completely. The mother of the missing girls says she spends her days sitting in front of the cement slab where her daughters were reportedly last seen on the morning of Wednesday, May 25th.
Living in a nightmare. I'm living in a nightmare. It's difficult.
Jermaine Kittigwa, who had been working on Guam at the time the girls disappeared, now spends her time lighting candles and praying. Jermaine's mother, Magdalena Camacho, who helped raise Paloma and Milena for 8 years, quit her job in Tacoma, Washington when she heard the news about her granddaughters. She did not wish to be interviewed on camera, but tells us she'll stay on Saipan for as long as it takes. She says she spends her time looking out her front door at the banner of the girls displayed in front of her mother's San Antonio home. Camacho's ex-husband, Albert Kittigwa, was Paloma and Milena's caretakers up until their disappearance.
You know, waking up every day and trying to cope with life is very hard, very hard. And we have a small business that we totally shut down. And a lot of people are asking why we don't open. I said, we can't function. It's ridiculous, you know, it's really, in times like this, you know, those are not a priority. You know, our priority is to find the two, whatever it takes. Even if my family and myself will go and, you know, and sign up for, you know, food assistance, we will do that. But, you know, we cannot, we just can't move forward unless we know where the two are. It's very devastating.
Kittigwa, who was the owner-operator of Champs Shaved Ice, says it's heartwarming to know there are businesses out there who are willing to assist by offering a monetary reward for the assistance of locating the missing girls. To date, $33,500 is being offered. An anonymous donor on Guam is offering $10,000 for the safe return of Paloma and Milena, while the FBI is offering $10,000 for the successful prosecution of a suspect. Just this week, Pacific Amusements put up $10,000, while IT&E, Crime Stoppers, and Sorensen Media Group are each offering $1,000. An additional $500 has also been contributed by Saipan City Taxi.
Coming up, the military buildup is facing hurdles in Washington, and Guam Congresswoman Madeline Bordalio is not happy about it.
Stay with us, those stories and more coming up after the break.
If you'd like to give us a news tip, text in to 285-7760.
Yours.
When is a good deal not worth it? When you get bad service. Join the thousands who have switched to IT&D, the Mariana's most reliable network with the fewest drop calls and best coverage.
New McDonald's Mushroom and Swiss Angus 3rd Pounder. Be advised, one may lose the ability to discern between a simple napkin and, say, a pinstripe Oxford shirt sleeve. This is thick, juicy, 100% Angus beef. And Oxford, while stylish, is largely ineffective at removing melted cheese from about the face and mouth. Angus axiom number 57. Roll up your sleeves and get down to business. The astonishing new Angus 3rd Pounders. All Angus, all McDonald's.
Ride a horse, kayak, snorkel, golf, or swim. Eco Camp starts June 13th at the Mariana Resort and Spa in Marpy. Now in our 12th year, Eco Camp means a summer full of sports, adventure, and exploration. Soccer, tennis, go-karting, dance, and arts and crafts. The activities never stop at Eco Camp. So sign up online today at marianastrekking.com. Eco Camp, the Mariana Resort and Spa.
Come aboard. Jade Lady 3 and Saipan Sunset Cruise, the place to find island fun.
From boat charters, sightseeing, adventures on our exciting Banana Split, to snorkeling trips around beautiful Managaha, Saipan Sunset Cruise is the ultimate island voyage company. Skip the restaurant this weekend and take in Saipan's brilliant sunsets from our famous Jade Lady 3 sailboat. Enjoy a gourmet dinner featuring your choice of fish, chicken, Angus beef, lobster, and even a vegetarian selection. Dance the night away with world-famous entertainer Jerry. Ask about our special local and children's rates. Our friendly multilingual staff at Saipan Sunset Cruise, making people happy for 18 years.
Since 1987, Dower Rental has helped many families turn their houses into homes. We believe that all families should be able to enjoy the comfort, style, and happiness that a warm home brings. That's why we never check your credit and we take care of those costly repair bills. Easy payment plans to rent or own quality brand names. Visit any of our 3 locations and let us make your home warm and family happy. Dial Rent Your Own.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us for the Channel 2 News on this Friday evening. It was not a good week for the military buildup after a Senate Armed Services panel proposed freezing funding for the buildup. Channel 2 Washington correspondent Matt Kay reports the move quickly drew fire from Guam delegate Madeline Bordallo.
Congresswoman Bordallo had numerous targets, starting with the Pentagon.
The Department of Defense really needs to do a much better job of communicating its needs and requirements to the Senate, as they have done to the House. The House is supportive, so I expect the administration to weigh in on the impacts of this provision.
Subcommittee Chair Claire McCaskill echoed the earlier criticisms of Full Armed Services Chair Carl Levin, Ranking Republican John McCain, and Senator James Webb that DOD needs to come up with better cost estimates and justify its Okinawa to Guam realignment plans. Levin and Webb visited Guam and Tinian in April, and their recommendations have now become part of the Defense Authorization Bill the Full Armed Services Committee was working on Thursday. Bordallo pointed up the obvious connection with the visit.
I just can't understand how, this is coming out at this time. And I think it's just over a visit of a couple of senators to Guam and what they thought.
But if Washington's flip-flopping on the buildup, for which Tokyo's contributing funds, Bordallo says the Japanese might have reason to re-examine their position.
The Senate's actions may have unintended consequences for the bilateral relationship with Japan at a critical juncture in the relationship. And I want to say that and make it very clear. This may have serious consequences.
And not just for relations with Japan, but for the local economy. The NMI sees spin-off dollars from the buildup in possible live-fire training in Tinian and recreational spending in the Commonwealth by the Marines and their families. And investments have already been made in Guam.
Some contracts have been let out, and, it's about jobs. We're training people on Guam to take on jobs. We just graduated many hundreds of people from the University of Guam looking forward to this particular build-up and where they might be able to obtain a job.
But Bordallo isn't giving up. She says the House and Senate will have to negotiate their differences on the long-planned build-up. DOD officials now say they're finalizing a build-up master plan and remain committed to the realignment. Bordallo insists the Armed Services Committee's action will not be the final position of the U.S. Congress. On Capitol Hill, Matt Kay for KSPN Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Matt, for that report. It was a story to be continued, and Chapter 2 begins early next week as a rebuilt catamaran and a newly assembled crew will depart the island of Saipan for the province of British Columbia. It's
been 14 months since Richard and Bronnie James, their kids, and their catamaran limped into Saipan.
Chris Nelson has more.
It's been 14 months since Richard and Bronnie James, their kids, and their catamaran limped into Saipan after a near disaster. Their voyage started in the southern hemisphere and included stops in Tonga before tragedy struck up in the northern islands as their mast came down in the middle of the night. Some luck and quick thinking allowed them to get back into port, but masts are hard to come by, and the Cat has been here ever since. Now a new crew will take over and attempt to make a 4 to 6 week non-stop voyage to British Columbia to deliver the boat to its owners. The skipper is Ken Perez, who currently lives in Tasmania. He says he's been impressed with the kindness of the people here in Saipan.
The businesses around here have been amazing. The people have been incredible, and every day we get food. I mean, we have bananas and plantains and breadfruits and every fruit imaginable that's been given to us for free. And it's been great sharing it with people that have come every day, and we've gotten to share time eating food and talking about our trip. So,
what are your concerns on a trip like this? It's a long way, and you're not planning to stop.
On a boat like this, I have very little concerns other than weather, because we have backup systems where we can use the sails, we can use the engines, we can use one engine at a time. We have two. We also have a separate generator. So between electricity, we have triple backup systems. We have solar powered electricity, we have 2 radios, 2 satellites, a radar, 3 or 4 handheld GPSs. So the only concern is hitting some weather.
Ship's crew includes a Spanish doctor, a Kiwi sailor, and a San Francisco-based navigator. All share a spirit of adventure.
So I have a lot of plans. Then it's usually the best of the plan is just to break them and to improvise, right?
I've sailed most of my life on nothing this size, but you know, on smaller boats and yachts and things like that. So this is the path I'm taking. Really, it's good fun. It's nice being in Saipan with the nice sun and everything. It's cool.
It's pretty open out there on the northern Pacific. So once we've left sight of land or left about 500 miles offshore, then we're on our own.
The plan is to finish up some minor repairs this weekend and attend a few local barbecues before departing for British Columbia on Tuesday.
So again, I'm very grateful to everyone in Saipan and the warm welcome. And it's been the most friendliest, warmest welcome and experience I've had anywhere in the world, and I've traveled a bit.
Thank you, Chris, and good luck to them. Our top plays of the week involve champions.
And our own champion, Bob Kildene, is next with that, plus more. Stay with us.
Docomo Pacific has all the phones you want. Docomo. Sleek and sophisticated. Docomo. Docomo. Fun and functional. Make me feel that your loving is real. Chic and stylish. Ultra modern and high tech. Find the phone that's perfect for you. Only at Docomo Pacific.
PHI Pharmacy is proud to be celebrating over 14 years of service to the people of the Northern Marianas and are happy to be able to offer all island residents excellent pharmacy services. 3 locations mean convenient services for customers, and the branch at CHC is even open 7 days a week. To all patients throughout all the years, si Zeus Maasi, Olamoy Salamat po. Thank you for choosing PHI Pharmacy for all of your pharmaceutical needs.
PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Come experience the Mandy Asian Spa on the northern shores of Saipan. Indulge your senses with an aromatic flower bath, jacuzzi, pool, dry sauna, and steam room. And treat yourself or a loved one to a massage with one of our skilled therapists. Now here's the best part. It's priced at just $30 on weekdays and $35 on weekends. It's an exclusive price for locals only, so bring your ID for world-class savings at the Mandy Asian Spa at the Marianas Resort.
Crime Stoppers is seeking the community's assistance for information on a robbery incident that occurred at the Piano Poker located on Middle Road, Garapan. On early Friday morning, June 6, 2011, at about 4:12 a.m., police responded to a robbery in progress. The victim, a 53-year-old Chinese male, was in the cashier's booth when the suspect came into the booth, punched the victim on the face, knocking the victim to the ground. The suspect was armed with a machete. The suspect grabbed money from the cashier drawer and fled the scene. The suspect was last seen running west towards Beach Road, away from the crime scene. The suspect was described as a local male wearing a blue cloth covering his face, white t-shirt and blue long pants. The money stolen from the cashier booth was about $300 in cash. The Department of Public Safety and Crime Stoppers are seeking help from the public. Please contact the Crime Stoppers hotline at 234-7272 should you want to remain anonymous, or use our website at nmicrimestoppers.com. Crime Stoppers pays up to $1,000 for any information leading to an arrest. It pays to call.
Ride a horse, kayak, snorkel, golf, or swim. Eco Camp starts June 13th at the Mariana Resort and Spa in Marpy. Now in our 12th year, Eco Camp means a summer full of sports, adventure, and exploration. Soccer, tennis, go-kart, dance, and arts and crafts. The activities never stop at Eco Camp. So sign up online today at marianastrekking.com. Eco Camp, the Mariana Resort and Spa.
Come see for yourself why Mariana's Eye Institute has been hailed as one of the most advanced eye care centers in the Asia-Pacific region. It starts with Dr. Coram and Dr. Robertson, both of whom have received national recognition, and continues with highly trained and caring staff who have the right technologies to serve you here at home. So whether you need an eye exam, stylish glasses, medical eye care, advanced surgery, or contact lenses, put yourself and your loved ones in some of the best hands in eye care at Mariana's Eye Institute on Beach Road. Come see the difference.
3, 2, 1.
Apprentice sports fans, one half of the women's Chamalinian softball championship was decided when pennant-winning Sakudi got past. Check it out.
Check it out. Batting down 6-zip. Sandy grounds out to Pauline Tudela, inning over just like that. See how easy? Rachel Salalia, one of the reasons why Sakudi won the pennant this year, reaches on an E4 if you're scoring at home, and I hope you are. Burke takes advantage of another infield error. Rachel goes to third. A throwing error then allows her to score. Burt hustles into third base herself, and Sakudi was looking at a 7-run cushion. Liz Labrea with a liner over Janet, and they were looking at an 8-pack. Liz later scored on a fielder's choice. Go ahead, give Lillian Ogden the run batted in. That would be the last run Sakudi scored, but that was more than enough. 6th inning, check it out. Get something when Rachel throws the ball to outer space. Check it out. Scratches in a run to avoid the shutout. Kenna singles the center. That's worth an RBI, but the throw to Thelma.
Out. Tanny Mazga almost gets a hit, except Connie Camacho was in the way. Check it out. Last chance, Jamie singles past Popo to keep Miss Hope alive. And then Sandy knocks in Janet, but they were running out of outs fast. Sakuti wins 9-2 to move to the championship final next week, while Check It Out moves down to the dreaded losers bracket. It's Feel Real Fine Friday. Time to roll out the top plays of the week. Coming in at number 3, it's Pete Tomacani with this blast, helping the Angels win Game 3 of the Saipan Major League Championship. Pete Tomacani, top play number 3. Coming in at number 2, it's Angels pitchers Franco Flores and Tommy Joa, giving up only 1 run over 12 innings in Game 4 to win the SML Championship. Tommy and Franco, you're number 2. And coming in at number 1, it's Kelvin Fidial, winning the PXC Heavyweight Championship in Manila. Kelvin Fidial, top play of the week.
Want to get back into shape? Join us today and take the first step at Gold's Gym in Saipan.
Here at Gold's Gym, our commitment is to help people find their inner strength and achieve their goals.
Hit the weights in our wide open strength training area or join one of our popular group exercise classes. For individual attention, get with our certified personal trainer for custom workouts that will get you fit.
We know that no matter what your fitness level is, when you commit, anything is possible.
The flame trees are better than ever this year, so get your camera ready to get the perfect shot. It's our 5th annual Flame Tree Photo Contest, brought to you by the local Channel 2 and Visitors Channel 3. Email your photos to flametreetv@gmail.com or drop them off or print them at the I Love Saipan store in Garapan. See if you have the right stuff to capture the beauty of our flame trees. Photos will be judged on creativity, originality, and overall impact. Prizes include sunset cruises on Jade Lady 3, off-road adventures at Mariana's Trekking, and eco-camp at Mariana's Resort and Spa. Enter as often as you'd like, but please get them to us by June 30th. Winners will be announced during the Liberation Day Parade. Picture it.
Now at the info desk inside Star Sands Plaza, get your photos printed while you wait and make it a memory. It's the perfect gift. Put it inside your very own photo frame and give it to a loved one. Best of all, it's done professionally while you wait. Just bring your camera memory card in any format and we'll take care of the rest. Open daily afternoons and evenings. Picture it at the I Love Saipan photo desk inside the Star Sands Plaza.
This weather report is brought to you by Docomo Pacific.
More record-breaking heat. Today's high temperature 91. That breaks the record for this day set in 2005. Heat index reached 102.7 this afternoon. The low this morning 83, and yes, that's the highest low temperature I've ever seen on Saipan. Humidity 67%. We had a trace of rain here in Susupi. Saturday, partly cloudy, isolated showers, trades blowing from the east 15 to 20. High 89, low 79, seas 5 to 6 feet. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:47. There's a high tide at 8:06, followed by a low tide at 3:33, and sunset at 6:48. It's official. The weekend has arrived. See you back here Monday night.